Hey, what's up you guys, it's Desiree, and today I'm going to be doing my November book wrap-up because I actually haven't done one of these in a really long time. And as you can see, I finished 5 books this month, which I think is really good, which is about a book a week. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So the first book that I read this month is Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. This is a YA fantasy retelling of The Wizard of Oz. Kind of a retelling, but kind of not, because it's not retelling the Wizard of Oz story, but it does have to do with the world of Oz and those characters from the movie or the book, yeah. So basically in the story, Dorothy has gone kind of power hungry and crazy, and she makes Oz a really bad place to be in, and this other girl from Kansas named Amy Gum is also taken to Oz years in the future, years after the Wizard of Oz story, and she is told that she has to assassinate Dorothy. So this is the first book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and I really enjoyed this, so much, because I don't actually like the Wizard of Oz story, but I like twists and different takes on it, like Wicked, and therefore this. And in this book, good and evil have kind of flipped places, good is evil and evil is good. So I am super excited to see how the rest of the series turns out, because this book did not end the way I thought it was going to be, because at first I thought it was a standalone, and then I learned that it's not. So, pretty excited for the rest of the series. Overall, I gave this book a 4 out of 5 on GOODREADS. The next book that I read is Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicle series, and it is a YA, sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian, fairy tale retelling of a whole bunch of different fairy tales. And since this is the 3rd book in the series, I can't give away too much, but people have been saying that it's kind of like Star Wars meets fairy tales. And I think they're just saying that because there is a sci-fi aspect to this. But I really enjoyed this series so much, and I'm so excited for winter to come out, but at the same time I'm not, because I don't want this to be over. So I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars on my GOODREADS. The next book that I read is Eleanor Park by Rainbow Rowell, and I've actually been putting off this book for so long, and I don't know why, because I read it and I loved it so much. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on GOODREADS. It's basically this love story between these two misfits, but one of them is more misfitty than the other. One of them stands out from the crowd more than the other one. The other one just kind of goes through life. One thing I really loved about this book was how it wasn't just about the romance between the two characters. It was a lot more than that. It talked about abuse and domestic violence and bullying, and it was just so good. I can live without a fangirl sequel, but I cannot live without an Eleanor Park sequel, because that ending just tore my heart apart, and I'm not okay with it. I am broken. The next book that I read is Withered by Lauren DeStefano, and I have actually been wanting to read this book for a really long time, before I even wanted to read Divergent. And I read it, and I kinda didn't like it. Well, it was okay. I liked it more than Uglies, but it just wasn't my favorite. It wasn't as good as I was hoping, so it didn't meet my expectations. I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 stars on GOODREADS. Basically, in this world, there was this scientific advancement, and then it led to people dying at the age of 20 and 25, 20 for females and 25 for males. And women, since they are now highly valuable because they want to repopulate the earth, women are kidnapped and sold off at very young ages to men so that they can have their children. And Withered follows the story of one of these girls, and she is basically just held captive in this mansion where she lives such a lavish life, but she doesn't want it because of the reasons why she is there. And the last book that I read this month I am so excited about, and I haven't hauled this yet. I'm just going to do a mass haul of the past couple months at the end of December, and this book is Girl Online by Zoe Sugg, also known as Zoella here on YouTube. And Girl Online is her debut novel. It is a YA contemporary, and I liked it so much. I tried very hard to be very critical of this book because I didn't just want to like it because Zoe's one of my favorite YouTubers, but then at the same time I didn't want to be more criticizing of it than I was with every other single book that I've read. So I just kind of tried to disconnect Zoe with this book, which is really hard because I just kind of pictured her as the main character. I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars on GOODREADS, but it shows up as 4 because you can't have half stars on GOODREADS. The story follows a British girl named Penny who runs this anonymous blog called Girl Online, where she just blogs about her life under the pseudonym Girl Online. And then she goes to New York and she meets this guy named Noah, and it's basically just about their relationship and her experiences with anxiety. So I really enjoyed this, and I don't want to give away too much because I am planning on doing a full review on this in another video, so stay tuned for that. So that's it for my November wrap-up. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments if you guys have read any of these books and your thoughts on them, or if you haven't read any of them, if you are now interested in them, let me know too, because that'd be cool if I interested you guys to read something. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!